Welcome to the podcast. Today we are going to be talking about the freedom-based business model that I teach inside of my 6-month group coaching program, a Freedom-Based Business Academy. I'm going to be giving you some beautiful insights around one, being highly sensitive, and the whole idea of playing small and staying on the sidelines. I'm also going to break down for you the 5 phases of the freedom-based business model so that you can start to implement some of these super valuable things into your business now. I am also going to be sharing with you how we can work together as the doors to the Freedom-Based Business Academy are now open. And I want to share this with as many sensitive empaths as possible because I'm so freaking lit up about helping you create time freedom. Now, I'll share with you that I've had some really big personal breakthroughs over the last month or so. And some of those have been around even more ownership as to what my own message is. And I don't know if you experience this too, but there's something really crazy that happens when you're an entrepreneur and when you are creating your own methodology and your own success. And you're like, well, who's making these rules, right? Like, who's making these rules anyway? And you free yourself to pivot and grow and change. And so I've been in this journey online for 6 years of really honing and identifying what is it I actually want to do? What do I want to teach? And one of the things that I come back to, and that is like my core lesson around my work in the world, is that I always need to come back to ownership. And that one of the core things I personally have feared is taking up too much space, is being too much. Ultimately, that if owning my power was like easy, then why hadn't I done it? And it feels like that is the essence of business for me. And I wonder if you relate to that as well. But one of the things I have experienced is sort of this idea of like fragmenting my work. So yes, I can teach speaking. Yes, I can teach you how to create a group program. I can teach you how to be visible. I can teach you how to tell your story, all these pieces. And I reached a point in the last few months where I really was like, Jaya, let's put it all together and actually own that your business model is fucking fire. And it's like, I need to be my own pep coach, like my own spiritual pep coach, because otherwise I will get in my own way, which is why I'm going to start this talk around the idea of playing small and getting in your own way, because I am kind of the queen of it. And maybe you see me online or you listen to this podcast and you're like, Jaya, I don't know what you're talking about. You're so visible, you're showing up, and still there is more within me that I know needs to be expressed. And therefore, I know that there's more within you that also needs to be expressed. And I hope to invite that forward today. What I personally have claimed is that I am going to stop fragmenting my work and put everything that I do to create time freedom. Well, first I will say to create multiple 6 figures in my coaching business and also create time freedom. Saying, when I say I work only 15 hours a week, that's not even clients all the time. That is also like TikToks and podcasts, and everything I do could really be put into 15 hours a week, and also making multiple 6 figures, which blows my mind that I've reached a point where I can say that. But I want to teach it to you. I don't want you to have to go through 6 years of trying on other people's strategies who were never going to work for you in the first place, because the person creating them is not highly sensitive, is not empathic, doesn't even actually want time freedom. Because I see a lot of online coaches who teach you, yes, how to make a lot of money or do strategies that bring in more revenue. But are we talking about time freedom? Are we talking about lifestyle? And are we considering your unique gifts through your sensitivity and your empathy? That is my question. So this is where the freedom-based business model has been born. It has been here for a long time, but I'm finally claiming and owning and teaching it inside of my business academy. Like I said, I'm going to break down for you the phases of the business academy and how you can leverage some of this in your business now. But first, I want to touch on the idea of playing small and hanging out on the sidelines. And I want to tell you something that I think maybe no one else has ever told you. So first, I just want you to self-identify. Do you resonate with the term hanging out on the sidelines? Do you resonate with the term playing small? I will tell you that I do. I resonate with that. That has been a big story for me. And I notice that there are a lot of people in the online space who teach this. They're like, yeah, I'm going to help you get off the sidelines. I'm going to help you get known and seen and build your business. And they're missing a huge, huge piece. And that is that when you are a sensitive empath, you are playing small or staying on the sidelines, not because there's anything wrong with you, maybe not even because you fear what's possible for you, but because the game that you see being played is not for you. What if you're hanging out on the sidelines watching the game being played and you are not wanting to jump in and play because you don't even want to fucking play the game? If you actually ask yourself, how many business models, how many other people in your niche doing similar things to what you do you see doing it in a way that would work for you, that creates sustainability, that gets you excited? Because I know for me, I sat on the sidelines for a long time, not because there was anything wrong with me, but because I didn't even want what I saw. And I tried to think that I wanted it, and I acted like I did until I actually started to have it. And I was like, fuck this. I don't want any of this. I don't want to be burnt out. I don't want to be overworking. I don't want to sacrifice my health. No. Is that the game? No wonder all the sensitive empaths are hanging out on the sidelines. The game is not meant for us. So one of the things about the freedom-based business model is that it teaches you a business model that is designed to honor your sensitivity, to honor your intuition, and to honor your gifts. It is designed to do that. It is not designed to show you how to do something that isn't even in alignment with you. The other part is that business strategy needs to be nuanced. And if it's not nuanced, run. If someone says, well, this is what worked for me, therefore it's going to work for you, run. Because I have a lot of strategies and have had really big success in my coaching business. And yet I don't believe that every one of my strategies is going to work for you. I don't believe that. And that is the key. So we need to design the game for you to win. We need to design the game for you to win. And this is the key. And this is what the freedom-based business model does. So I'm going to share with you the 5 phases that I walk my clients through over a 6-month period along with coaching with me, okay? And the first thing that I've identified that is really, really important, and understanding too that this business model works best for coaches, teachers, and healers, people who have a service and who tend to work one-on-one with people. So the first thing is owning your sensitivity and embodying unshakable confidence. And that means really doing the deep inner work to recognize the places that you have been trying to do it like other people, not being totally authentic to yourself, and really owning that sensitivity, like honoring it at all costs. Sensitivity is the key. It is the key to monetizing your gifts, is really owning that your sensitivity is incredibly valuable. Because on the flip side of it is your intuition. So when you own that, and you really understand that you are bringing forward a unique gift, this is where it gets so juicy and good. And then we move into storytelling and messaging and really speaking clearly to the people. So have you ever seen somebody online where you're like, why are they speaking directly to me? Like, how does this happen? It feels like, I swear they're talking right to me. Well, my belief around this and what I teach is that it's not about consciously creating some message that sells, as that usually comes with more manipulative behavior. It's not actually what it's about. It's about identifying your unique story and the soul thread that runs through your own personal development that has led you to do the work you do. And when you actually know yourself so deeply that you can tell the story that leads into your work, that's when you have that people saying to you, this was meant for me. Like, I can't believe you said this. This is exactly what I needed to hear. I resonate so deeply with what you're saying. And this is where we get to sell without feeling like we have to convince people of something or be manipulative about their emotions. And it's truly about speaking your truth, sharing your story and your message in a way that it's helpful for people. It's simple, but it's not easy, and a lot of people miss this step. So this is what we do in phase 2 of the freedom-based business model. Phase 3 is all about high impact visibility. Really deciding for you what works best. Like I said, I'm never going to say this is the only way because I did a podcast, you have to, or because I do TikTok, you have to. That is not true. Although I highly do recommend you do TikTok because it's so good. But if you're a writer, then write a blog. If you're a writer, then write Instagram posts or Facebook posts. Like we need to tap into your magic, your specific magic. Because otherwise, if you're just trying to do it like someone else, it's not going to be high impact. The high impact piece of this is that it is aligned to you and that you have fun while you're doing it. You have fun while you are delivering powerful messages and really free content that people are blown away by. One of the things I love about this high impact model is that you also get to give so much that there's generosity built into it. In fact, I had somebody on a TikTok video today where I was talking about monetizing your gifts say to me, I feel guilty monetizing my gifts. There are so many people that can't afford it. What do I do? And this really is the answer. I love that you can go out there and create content that changes people's lives, but not charge them anything. You can give away your best stuff because when you have the model, which we're going to move into next, the next part of the model set up, you know that you can't give away your coaching, right? You can't give away the intimacy of working with you. You can't give away the transformation of being in an experience with you. It's just literally not possible unless you're giving your program away for free, which I do not recommend. But what I do recommend is giving away so much valuable content that you feel really great about all the people who get to have it for free. And yeah, that's generous, and they will win from that. And then on the back end, the fourth phase of the freedom-based business model is what creates the time freedom. And that is about creating your sacred signature offer. So creating a program, a group program that can scale past just one-on-one, or even scale past like, say, well, do I have to have 10 people on a call? The way I teach a group program is so incredibly powerful and valuable because it helps you take what you're good at one-on-one and put it into a structure that does not dilute your one-on-one support, but rather it stretches and expands it so that you can deliver it in small group coaching I call these coaching pods. And this is the way the Freedom Based Business Academy is set up as well. So I model it through my own program. When my clients join, if you're interested in joining, you would see that, okay, we're going to go through this, and then you know how to set up your own group program so that you can scale. Because one of the major things that happens with people is that they get stuck doing just one-on-one work. Have you been here, or are you here now? I have a really amazing client who has over 100,000 followers on TikTok. She has been teaching what she teaches for over 10 years. She is, in all accounts, incredibly high level in what she teaches. Yet she had this story about how she couldn't expand it out because she's going to lose intimacy. She's going to lose value. People aren't going to get as much from her. And this is a huge misconception, because just because your one-on-one attention is really awesome, just because what you bring one-on-one is valuable, does not mean that if you start facilitating a small group, that it's going to be any less valuable. It's just about understanding how to meet the needs of the people in the group, align the group so that the value is in listening to other people get coached. And actually, I have people who have worked with me both one-on-one and in my academy, and they say that they got something equal out of both. It's not less valuable because there are more people. Now, you do need to learn how to do this type of facilitating, and you do need to learn the structure. And that's why I offer this program, because I want to teach you how to create a group program that truly honors the individual needs of your participants, but also gives you way more time freedom and pays you way more money. That is freedom-based business. So when we create your signature group program, we are rocking the house, okay? So far we are owning sensitivity, embodied confidence, having a clear message and story, doing high impact visibility, creating your sacred signature offer, and now we go into launching and sales. And launching and sales is something really important, especially for sensitive empaths, to understand that you must do it your own way. But if you don't have a structure, then it can feel way too loose. So the way I teach launching and sales is through my soulful sales method and my intuitive launch method, where you know exactly what to do. You have a script if you want it, but you also can go off script and just do what you want. And I think this is the key to creating nuance in your business, and also having guidance and structure, but not feeling like if you don't do it exactly like that, then it's wrong. Because that's just not true at all. So the launching and sales portion of this is really huge, because the whole business model works together. So we have this owning of sensitivity, truly honoring ourselves, our free time, it's mind, body, spirit honor, and then moving this out into the world through a brand that truly speaks your truth. It shares your message, your story, and it calls in the right people who then are consuming your high impact content and your visibility, right? You're creating relationships so that when you go to launch your signature program, you have people who are interested, and you don't ever have to feel like, oh, do I have to cold message people? What do I do? No, you understand clearly what the plan is. And so this is the core of the freedom-based business model, with the understanding that energy, spirituality, and embodiment need to be inside of everything. So when you go to sell or launch something, we've got to come back to the principles of embodiment, of understanding spirituality and the laws of the universe, and being in alignment with your energy, because we need both. We need both the masculine and the feminine. We need to work both with the energetics and also with the strategy. And that is crucial, especially for sensitive empaths who sometimes tend to play small. So we need structure. And I do want to share with you that the Freedom Based Business Academy is open for enrollment right now. And I am connecting with people over Voxer, over voice message. There is no pressure. If you want to chat with me, if you're like, Jaya, I have a program already. Would it work for this? Or I already know how to sell. Could I still sign up? Maybe you need it to be nuanced. And I will share with you that yes, it can work for you. Some people come in because they really just need the visibility. Some people come in because they need to own their power and their sensitivity and be more confident. Some people really just want to create the group program. Okay, so you can leverage it however you want, because a big piece of this is that you actually get coaching with me. You're not in a huge program where you can't talk to me. You get coaching with me every single week. I know your business. I listen to you. I meet you where you are. I give you action steps that are aligned with you and your next step. You will feel nurtured and honored and never overwhelmed. But also be moving forward consistently with the curriculum and the community and the coaching throughout a 6-month period. So if you are self-proclaimed playing small, or, hanging out on the sidelines, or even just maybe you've already gone big, but you know that there's a deeper level of embodiment and truth wanting to come through, I invite you to message me. I'll put a link below, or if you're on social media, you can always go to any of my link in bios, and you can go to the page for the Freedom Based Business Academy. Look through it all. I have all of what I've been talking about here laid out for you. You can also just fill out the application, which will connect us then in Voxer, and we can chat. And like I said, there are no strings attached. That's how I like to teach sales personally. It's an invitation. And if it's aligned, then awesome. And if it's not, then totally fine. It's really about letting go, right? Like, I am not attached. If you want to talk with me about the program, I will never pressure you to enroll or do any weird, shady sales stuff, okay? There is one more piece that I wanted to share with you about this, and that is that it is a little bit time sensitive as we are enrolling now. We are in August, and we're getting started at the beginning of September, the first couple weeks of September. There just is so much power here if you are feeling this next level rising for you. If you're like, I'm tired of doing it alone, or I'm tired of hiring coaches that don't understand my sensitivity, try and push me into doing something that doesn't feel good to me. If that's where you're at, but you know that there is so much more for you, you know that visibility and showing up on video and sharing your message is your next level, and creating a sustainable business model that you can run over and over and over again, that will create you 6 figures or beyond. The business model and the group program I'm going to teach you creates at minimum 6 figures and can expand easily into multiple 6 figures depending on the size of your audience, the warmth of your audience, and what you want. Like, you get to decide what you want, and then we work within that. So if this is feeling aligned for you, and you're just like, I feel like, if you feel juicy, if you feel lit up, that is what people always say to me. They're like, Jaya, I don't know, I just get tingles, or there's something about your voice, or there's something, I just feel an intuitive call. Okay, we listen to those things. Then I invite you to reach out to me. I would be honored to speak with you. And if you know anybody who you think would be a good fit for this, I would be honored if you would share this podcast with them, because I just feel so committed to changing the narrative around being a sensitive empath in the coaching industry. We need a new conversation. We need holistic conversations about what it really takes to run a multiple six-figure business. How much does it cost you in your energy? Are you aligned in your values? Are your desires truly your desires? And so if you know anybody who you think this would benefit, send them my way. I would be so honored to chat with them, and even my free content will help them. That's always my intention. So thank you so much for being here. Check out the page, and if you're somewhere where you can't write it down or you can't click, it just is My Freedom Based Business, all one word.com. You're welcome to go check it out, myfreedombasedbusiness.com. And I would love to see you there. I would love to chat with you. All right. Take care and talk soon.